Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Liz, and I'm going vegan while doing things a little extra each time. Today we're doing another Let's test of a 2-ingredient creme brulee, and all you're going to need is some just egg and vanilla ice cream. We're going to start off with a mixing bowl and a whisk. And this recipe I saw on the Korean YouTuber One Meal a Day's page, and I was just kind of mind blown and wanted to see if we could recreate it in a vegan version. So they start off with 2 egg yolks, and obviously I can't separate whites from yolks here with a vegan egg, so I decided to just go by Just Egg's measurements on the back, which is that 1 egg is 3 tablespoons, and so I did 6 tablespoons of my, quote unquote yolk, and then I whisked that. I wanted to get it as airy as possible, even though it's not as fatty of a consistency as a regular egg yolk. Once you have that whisked, then you just add your vanilla ice cream. So I'm using Nadamu, and I tried to go by the measurements that it looked like they were using, just kind of eyeballing it, measuring it up against their screen, and spoiler alert, it's not going to be enough at all. You should probably quadruple this recipe. I would probably use half a bottle of Just Egg to almost a full pint of vegan vanilla ice cream. But more on that later. All you want to do is get your egg and ice cream mixed together into our little custard batter. Now, at this stage, after incorporating them, it just still seemed too thick. So I went ahead and added just another tablespoon of Just Egg, and then it came out perfect, and it was more like a thinner batter. Next step is to just add this to a pot on your stove on a low heat. And then we can just mix, and be prepared, you will be mixing this for any other type of custard. You're going to be mixing this for 5 to 8 minutes. I believe it took me 8 minutes exactly. And you can see now this is when it started to thicken up. I actually did crank it up to a medium heat from low just towards the end to get it to this point. But please watch out. As you can see, there are some lumps in mine. I found that the Just Egg really wants to start cooking. And you obviously don't want that. You don't want scrambled eggs. So just be patient and be careful. To make mine even creamier, I decided to strain it. This is not in the original recipe, which I'll have linked down below in the description box, but I just wanted to make sure this was as silky as possible. Yeah, as you can see on my spoon, it just started to get a little too clumpy and almost cooked for my taste. So this was just a very good preventive step. And as you can see, this nowhere near filled my little glass container, so that was kind of a bummer, but totally fine since we're just testing it. But yeah, that's why I said earlier, follow those measurements earlier that I mentioned, because this is not a full creme brulee. Now, I gave it a taste just because I was worried about the, like, maybe cooked egg taste in there. So I just added a little splash of maple syrup. Totally not really necessary. I was just concerned about when it would set, if it would be sweet enough. So I just did it. But you could even add, like, extra vanilla extract and that would be fine. And then we just need to put this in the fridge to set. And I mean, like, all day, preferably overnight. For the purposes of this video, I did not do it overnight. I just did it all day. So it was in the fridge for like 7 to 8 hours. And this is the texture you get with that time. It's pretty held up. It is a little slipey if you really tilt it, but otherwise it totally firms up and holds like a custard. Now we're going to add our sugar. It would be better to use a super fine sugar as opposed to this so that it would caramelize more easily and evenly, but I didn't have that. But that's typically what would be used. And then I'm going to show you, you might be tempted to just try using your regular old lighter. Oh, but surprise, nothing happens. Yeah, this is not sped up or slowed down. Like, this is real time just seeing that nothing works. So what you can do is put it in your broiler, because I know we don't all have a blowtorch. And look, it totally bubbles. It's just not going to give you that color that a creme brulee would have, because you're not like burning the sugar like that, but it's there. Oh, that glistening crust. And again, the more sugar you put on top, the thicker and more awesome your crust will be. Because I didn't have a lot. Ooh, I just love listening to that. But because I didn't have a lot, I didn't put a thick coating of sugar, just for test purposes. But it still breaks, still gives you that satisfaction, and look at this. Be still my heart. This was so good, and I can't wait to make a full, huge batch of this now that I know, I can course correct on the measurements. It was just so lovely and so easy. So yeah, like I said, if you want to, take a look at the original video, I will have that linked down below, but this was perfect. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up.